Thank you for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. I'm your host, Toni Ringgold, and today I have two very special guests with me today, having a lot of fun and got a lot of surprises for you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over the mic because today we are doing our small business spotlight with Mr. Ronnie Russell of Texas Black Pages. Say hello to the people.
Hello, how you doing, people?
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it over to him, and we're going to have us a good time today.
Mr. Bobby. Bobby B's Soul Food, Kitchen and More. First of all, I would like to say thank you for taking out your time and coming out here and supporting the Texas Black Pages Business Spotlight. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, and I appreciate you.
Of course. You know, one of the best things that people need to know is your food is good. Your food is so good, people come back. You know, I've been there in uniform and out of uniform. Especially in uniform, there are a lot of us that's there that are ready to eat for lunch, and we go back to work pretty much sleeping. So tell me about what made you start Bobby B.
Well, ever since I was a child, I was cooking. My grandma always kept me in the kitchen if I wasn't on the court playing basketball. And after she passed, it was still one of my passions, and I always had my family coming over to eat on Sundays. And that's what driven me to go ahead and open up Bobby B's after seeing my brother actually open up his. It just made me follow my dreams also.
Your brother, what's the name of his restaurant?
Butler's Barbecue.
Butler's Barbecue. Especially if you like barbecue, check out Butler's Barbecue. How is he influential with your wanting to have your own business?
The ways he inspired me was I was one of his cooks, and I seen the whole process of opening up a business and how hard it is to grow your business, and that's what actually made me want to go ahead and do the same thing, follow my dream.
So pretty much hard work pays off.
Oh yeah, it pays off.
So what time does your day actually start?
I say actually now, as far as a business owner, it actually starts probably around like 10 o'clock at night, the night before I even open up, because I got to go shopping, prepping, and also I start cooking around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Wow.
So your today started yesterday.
Yeah, it started yesterday.
And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know when it comes to being a small business owner is your prep. Your prep is very important. How are you prepared for tomorrow if you're not actually setting yourself up for success today, looking at your calendar, looking at your inventory, ensuring that if I need bread, let me go to Sam's Club, or let me go to this restaurant, or let me go to this grocery store and get that stuff. In your preparation, what are the things that you do in your business, in your restaurant business, that sets you up for success in your prep?
Well, as my mother always told me, man, I always got to continue to stay ready to keep from having to get ready. So that's what I always continue to do. I always think ahead.
Say that one more time.
Stay ready to keep from getting ready.
Yeah, because what happens is a lot of people play catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that means for, you don't have to get ready because you're trying to catch up. And, I think that's a lot of the word from wisdom, from your mother. And I think one of the best things that you said from the beginning is your grandmother. That means it's a lineage of small business owners. It's a lineage of hard work because she breathed that life into your mother. Mm-hmm. And your mother turned around and put the same life into you and your brother. And that is how you, the real true reach one, teach one, mm-hmm. or each one, teach one in the same token.
Yeah. Like they always told me, the reason why they kept us in the kitchen like they did was the simple fact that they didn't want us to ever have to worry about no woman telling us that, oh, well, we ain't cooking or something like that. We can do everything by ourselves. So I sure appreciate it. I wish she was still here, my grandma, but she passed in 2011. Yeah, so that's what really inspired me to go ahead and do what I'm doing.
Okay. Question. You said sports. Tell me about that.
Oh man, I was a beast on that court, man.
You was a beast.
Yeah, Ellison. You know, I'm always gonna represent. And then also I went to Weatherford. It's a JUCO down there in Weatherford, Texas. After that, you know, I was a correction officer, and I was saving up money before I could buy a restaurant, and that's what I done.
And that's financing, financial intelligence. That's one of the things that, and if it worked for Daddy, you know, I'm prepared to do the same thing, and definitely from, you know, one father to another, you know, that's how we supposed to do it. That's how we do it. So I definitely like that, and I thank you for that, because your child, he or she's gonna either take your place or they gonna open their own.
They already thinking that they the next Bobby B's already. Yeah.
How old are your children?
I got 7 altogether. So 16, 15, 11, 2 11s, a 10, a 7, and also a 3-year-old. Yeah.
You got your own basketball team.
That's gonna be my whole crew.
Really?
Up there at Bobby B's. They all gonna be waitresses and chefs and everything. So I'm just waiting on them to grow up a little bit more, and I'm gonna put them in that kitchen.
Okay. So tell us where they can find Bobby B's at.
Oh man, 3601 Zephyr Road, Killeen, Texas. Come check me out. 76543. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see y'all facial expressions when y'all have y'all first bite into one of my sandwiches or soul food, smothered pork chops or ribs or anything. That's what I live for. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting, and hopefully it continues.
Quick question: what makes you different?
What makes me different? I feel like, to me, I appreciate all the support that I get from everybody that comes in there. It's not that I'm just cooking just to be cooking. I actually care about feeding others. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a way of reaching everybody by my food. You know, and they'll see that I got love in my food. So that's what sets me different. I'm not just trying to serve them. I'm trying to take care of them.
Yeah, I was actually listening to a CD this past evening, and one of the speakers said, if your business is not servicing someone, then why are you in business? Because a lot of people, they're in business to just make money, and to me, that's more of the selfish side than the selfless side. Because if you're in business, you're going to make money. But if your business actually make a change in someone, that's what they're going to remember. Not because, oh, I went in there and I paid $5. No, I went in there and that $5 was worth it. That's the thing that really is going to make people remember Bobby B's. Because I know for me, it's the catfish. I know for me, it's the pulled pork sandwiches.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I remember. I wasn't worried about the price. I wasn't worried in trying to come and get a discount from you, because I know what I'm paying for is worth the price and the value at the same time.
Yeah, and that's why my motto is always make sure that you come hungry, because I'm going to make sure you leave full.
I left full plenty days.
Yeah.
So, okay. I had to say that I've been to different soul food restaurants. And so Ronnie was like, hey, I want you to try this restaurant. And I was like, where is it at? I had to tell you, he was like, no, this place is really, really good. And I had to tell you, it was. And one of the things that I appreciate about you the most is that your food is fresh. Like, you cook it then. And, you know, a lot of times you go to some of these restaurants, the smaller businesses, and, you know, their food is just like in a warmer or something like that. And you're kind of wondering, like, okay, how long has that been sitting there? Yeah. And then when you tell me that you start cooking at 1 a.m., I'm curious to know, when do you sleep?
Man, I say I sleep probably about 2-3 hours a day. That's it. That's all I'm getting right now until I get more staff. And right now I'm doing a majority of the cooking, so it's like I got to prep everything and get everything the way that I want it for everybody to receive what I'm trying to put out there.
So you have special recipes that you use, right?
Yes,
that
ma'am.
are like that, like, you know, do you even use a measuring cup?
No, ma'am, I don't use no measuring cup.
So, okay, so when you start hiring staff, like, how you going to teach them? Like, just throw $1 for this, a little pinch of that.
No, I'm just going to take my time and show them exactly what I do.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to watch them, observe them, and just follow up with them. That's all.
Because that's another thing, too, consistency. When you come to a restaurant, a lot of times people get upset when they go to these bigger chains But see, with the bigger chain, you know that what you get is what you're going to get because the recipe is the same. No variation, no changes in it. So it's easy to go to some of these restaurants. And I think with some of the smaller restaurants and some of the, local businesses, we want to make sure that we are getting that same good taste. Yeah. So that's something you guarantee.
Yes, ma'am. I guarantee that. I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. You're going to get that same high off the food that you got the first time.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so tell me a little bit about this menu. What can we expect when we step into the building?
Oh, man, I got a little bit of everything. I got ribs, fried ribs, brisket, pulled pork, smothered chicken, smothered pork chops, fried chops, catfish, Philly cheesesteaks, Angus burgers.
Whoa.
A little bit of everything.
Wow. Okay, and that's amazing. Like you really do have an extensive menu. What are your hours?
Okay, Monday through Thursday we're open 11 to 8 o'clock. Friday and Saturday I'm open 11 to 7, but then I actually open back up that night 1 to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, pause. Hold up. Say that one more time.
I said I actually open back up at 1 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning.
And what are you serving then?
A full menu.
A full menu at 1 o'clock in the morning. And you were right there, where again? Off of Zephyr Road?
Off Zephyr Road, 3601.
And that's
Zephyr
in Killeen?
Killeen, Texas.
So that's right around the night spots in the club areas, right?
Yes, ma'am. I got the VFW right down the street from me.
Okay, so for all my listeners, my B106 listeners, they love to turn up. So y'all heard it here first. On what days?
Okay, on Fridays and Saturdays, come turn up with me at Bobby B's Soul Food Kitchen and More at 1 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you're ready. I'm going to take care of you. Whenever you come over there, just think of you coming to your house, to your mama's house, and you getting some food because I'm going to treat you like your family.
Man, see, like, that's exciting. So instead of going to the typical places.
Yeah, don't go to IHOP. Don't go to IHOP or Denny's. Come to Bobby B's, and I'm going to take care of you, okay?
Listen, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I'm just letting y'all know. Instead of going to the little typical places that we all be at because we trying to get something, put something on our stomach at the having a little fun at the bar. Listen, you can go get you some home-cooked soul food, for real, good food.
Bobby B's.
Chill out. And when I came in there, too, it's another thing. But I was telling Ronnie, I say, boy, you had the music going for real. Mm-hmm. So, you're going to go in there, you're going to get that music that you like to listen to. You're going to get some good food, a great atmosphere, and it's guaranteed fresh, and it's going to be better than anything you ever tasted. I mean, what can be better than that at 1 o'clock in the morning? I don't know. What can be better than that in the afternoon?
It ain't.
I don't know. Ain't nothing better than that. Listen, so, like, we do have some wonderful things that we're going to be taste testing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, I just brought a couple of smothered chops, some collard greens, mac and cheese, some cornbread, and some rolls. And also, I wanted you to test out my brisket and also my ribs.
Listen.
Falling off the bone.
Y'all wish y'all was here right now. I know you do. We'll put up a live video so y'all can see what it looked like here.
Yeah, I want to make sure that they leave dancing when they eat their food. I got them in there like this.
Listen, I'm going to be dancing waiting on my plate. All right, so all jokes aside, man, this is really awesome. I mean, and I can honestly vouch for it. Sometimes you have businesses come in and you hope that they really are up to par with what they do. But I've tasted the food. I've been there. I've experienced the customer service. What I do enjoy too is that y'all always have a smile. When you walk in the room, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can go somewhere and everything can be good. The food can be wonderful, but if the customer service is not there, it just sucks. It puts a damper on it. And I really do enjoy the customer service. I do enjoy, you came out and spoke to us personally. You being the owner, that means a lot, because a lot of times when you have people that own the businesses, they kind of just watch and they kind of, they don't take time to actually go to the people and greet the people. What makes you do that?
Man, I truly appreciate it. I know where I came from. I remember when I was younger, well, before I even started doing this, I was working 3 to 4 jobs to take care of my family, and this gave me the opportunity to go ahead and take care of them with one. And so I truly appreciate it. And I appreciate every customer that comes in there who actually comes in there and buys something, and it helps me support my family, so I appreciate it.
So being a business owner, being a black man in business, what are the struggles you go through being a black man in business, and what are the triumphs?
The struggles. The struggles is always trying to find good help.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my struggle. But I've overcome it because the staff that I got now, they've been with me since I started. So, you know, they already know what I'm trying to do.
Right.
And what type of product I'm trying to get out here.
What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, man, I'm franchising.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm franchising.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So there might be a Bobby D's in Austin. There might be one coming up somewhere in where?
Yeah. Copper's Cove.
Come on.
I'm thinking up here in Temple.
Yes,
Waco,
you'll do well here.
San Antonio, Austin.
Yeah.
One in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that in about 5 years. I can see a couple of them up. I'll say Copper's Cove is the first one I want right now, though.
I can see that too. I can definitely see that too. You know, it's so important to have vision. You know, even when you get started, you still have to have a goal. Okay. You know, me being a business owner myself, I was riding up the street where my business is located, and it's located on probably the busiest street here in Temple, 31st Street. And I remember when I first moved here saying to myself, man, I want a business on this street. Not knowing here it is, you know, 5 years later, that's exactly what I have. But it doesn't stop there. And so I love the fact that you're not saying, okay, yeah, I got what I want. I got this restaurant and then that's it. You have to always be continually striving for something and trying to get to that next level. And so that's awesome.
And you know what's so crazy, though? Just like how you visioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, like I look at my restaurant and it's like I don't see it the way it is. You know?
Right.
I know it's going to get extended, you know what I'm saying? I know it's going to take some time, but I'm going to put that effort and the time into it before I can go ahead and extend my building and make it more comfortable for my visitors.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So with that being said, you know, talk about extensions and things like that. Did you go out and did you go get a loan to start your business, or did you start it with your own money?
I started it. Well, actually, me and my queen put our money together to buy the restaurant and everything.
So y'all
like
bought
that.
it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
It didn't take no loan or anything. We just did it by ourselves.
Listen, I get excited. I get excited when I hear that because that's amazing. And a lot of times, you know, we as a people, we say to ourselves, oh, it just can't be done. But you did it. You did it with 7 children. But
at the same time, it was hard. It was very hard. Because after we had purchased the building and everything like that, it was like, it was so many things that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the steps that I had to take. Like I had to get a grease trap, the plumbing, the pipes that busted and everything like that. So when it came time for me to go ahead and open the doors, all I had was $900 left.
Wow.
All I did was pray, and God answered my prayers. You know, I put that $900 into my refrigerators, and I opened them doors, and it's been a wrap ever since.
See? Yeah. And so you've been open for 4 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, how's business?
Oh man, I've been blessed, man. I appreciate every customer, man, and it's like it really opened doors for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That I didn't even see opening this fast, but it's moving so fast, and I just appreciate it.
And you know why it's moving so fast is because, you know, number one, your heart is pure. And when you have a pure heart with the things that you're doing, and you really, you know, you have a love for what you're doing, you can't help but be successful. And then on top of that, the product.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we're going to open up a business, we got to make sure that the product that we're giving is something that is really, it has to be amazing. It has to be really, really good. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's what's going to keep people coming back. You can't have a day where you off. You can't have a day when the macaroni cheese is burnt.
Yeah.
Got to be good every day. You know what I'm saying? Because that one day, and word of mouth is everything. How do you do your advertisement? Is that basically how you get your business?
Yeah. My customers, man, they advertise for me.
See?
It's crazy. Like, I just be sitting outside sometimes crying. Like, and just praising the Lord that, you know, actually I was able to do what I'm doing. And I appreciate these customers, like I keep saying. I just think about how many came in that day, and I'm like, dang, I'm really doing it, you know. And I know it's not just me; it's my workers that's, you know, who's behind me taking care of me. You know.
So who you got working with you?
I got Miss Cassandra, and also that's my thoroughbred right there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, she's that's my bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she's like family to me. And then I also I got one other worker. She just started working there, but Patricia, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. But
Yeah.
I count
So-
on them for so much.
So if there's some people out there, any of our listeners who have a real good work ethic and they may want to come in and give you some help, how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, you can reach me at 254-432-8522 anytime. If you are serious about having a good job, come holler at me. I need you.
You see that? So not only does he have his own business, but he's willing to help somebody else out who's willing to put in the work. One of the things that he says, he needs good workers. You have to have a good work ethic. Okay, so don't come out there saying, hey man, I need a job. Like, no, you got to have it together and take direction.
Be on time.
Uh-huh.
It ain't no trying to say that you need to leave. I need you to come on in and do your 9 hours and go home.
Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah, y'all heard that.
No calling in.
Come on and show on up now. Show
Man,
on
it's
up.
crazy. I had one. Well, I ain't gonna
Nah, that'll be next show.
that'll be the next time.
This is next show.
But Miss Toni, I sure appreciate you giving me the opportunity to get on the radio with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we got a few more minutes with you, then we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
But I really am completely excited for you, and being open 4 months. Research says that restaurants are the hardest businesses to keep open, and so the fact that you are doing so well so early, that's remarkable, and I'm really, really happy to hear it. What is your motto to life? Like, I know you were talking about what your grandmother taught you. Is that what you live by?
I live by it.
Say it one more time for those that are just tuning in. You're tuned in to Sundays at the Square with Toni Ringgold, and I'm here with Mr. Bobby B of Bobby B's Soul Food Kitchen and more. We're talking about this wonderful restaurant that he has. I'm telling you, this food is tantalizing if you ain't been there. What's the address?
3601 Zephyr Road. Come get you some.
All right, so let's talk about this motto to life.
Okay. Basically, you got to stay ready to keep from getting ready. What I do, I always prep myself. I set goals and I try to reach them. It might not be a long term, it might be a short term. But after I reach it, I'll go ahead and take that notch, scratch that out, and I continue on.
Do you write these down?
Yes, ma'am. I write them down.
Okay. So you have like a notebook or a vision board or something, and each goal that you make, when you take that goal, you write down another goal.
Yes, ma'am. Or I might write down 2 or 3 goals, and then I just bring it to my partner, and I'll show her what I want to do, and she backs me. So
yeah,
that's my backbone. I love her to death, and that's how I do it. I just go ahead and I just write my goals down, and after I reach one, I come to her and be like, baby, I did it.
Yeah,
I made it. We did this together. So,
See, and that's amazing. That support system is so important, and it's a blessing that you have it. You know what I mean? Because when you're a team, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. So that's really, really, really great, and I love to hear that. Being a dad, how do you balance business? You tell me you're getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night, and your father is 7. How does that work?
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard because I know they so used to seeing me, but I know my vision and what I want for them. So I got to sacrifice a little bit, but it's a minor setback for a major comeback. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm setting them up in the future for them to have something.
Absolutely. Okay, so your dad, you're running this business. What else is there about Bobby what's something that somebody might not even know? What are some of your interests or your hobbies, things you like to do?
My only hobbies besides spending time with my family is basically just spending more time with them, getting to know them. Like
I love it.
Doing things like watching TV with them, watching whatever shows. If they want to go outside and play football, basketball, anything like that, I'm enjoying that time that I'm getting to spend with my kids.
You a sports fanatic?
No, not really. I don't even like watching sports.
Really?
I'd rather spend time with my kids than watch any type of game or anything.
Man, that's amazing, and that's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna give it back over to Ronnie here. I kind of took over for a little bit, but I'm gonna give it back to him and see what other questions he may have for you. But again, thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to taste this food. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting kind of hungry myself.
Take a little bit of that. Tell me what you got again. What did you say you brought us today?
Some smothered chops, ribs, brisket, greens, macaroni and cheese. A couple of the rolls that I'm just coming out with. At first I was just doing white bread. Now I'm doing cornbread and also dinner rolls. So.
Yes. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it back over to Ronnie. Just a second.
Well, when you registered on Texas Black Pages, your direct replacement was the most viewed and shared in all of the posts that we had. And that's not just saying that just to say something on the radio. That's true to life. You know, in the first 72 hours, we had 5,500 views on your direct replacement alone. And to me, that means you have backing. That means you have people sharing it. I think it was shared 162 times and viewed over 5,500 times in 72 hours. And the blessing is I've seen other business owners share it. I've seen other business owners saying things about it, you know, congratulating you and telling you, you know, hey, good job, you know, you deserve it, I appreciate it. And that's the best part. You know, it's not just your friends and your families. Yeah. It's other business owners who appreciate your own drive and perseverance that have gotten you this far. So that right there was the best thing that I've seen to allow other business owners to share it, because that's not selfish. Yeah. That's someone admiring, knowing you from the beginning and admiring you from the sidelines and rooting for you at the same time. So I would say, you know, that registration on Texas Black Pages in the directory, it showed the value of being in that place, and it showed the value that it works. You know, it works, and your work ethic works, and the people that surround themselves around you see that it is a good thing to know Bobby B, because, you know, hey, he might teach you something. I've actually seen people come into the store. I've seen kids, you know, come into the store that you might have seen and remembered them from playing basketball. You know, I'm an observer. I've seen them come in, and you remember them, and you're talking to them, you know, as an ambassador of the community. That's the position of your restaurant, you know, in the hood that it's in. That's the position. You know, you're giving them that respect, that elderly figure of saying, hey, I'm going to go to Bobby B's and I'm going to go get a bologna sandwich. You know, I remember, you know, they come in and get a bologna sandwich. I'm sitting there like, what? This dude sell bologna sandwich?
They go hard, man. You got to get you one.
Yeah. They come up with the crust around the end with the cut looking like Pac-Man with the cheese on it.
Yeah. You know, I remember when I was growing up, that's all we had sometimes was a bologna sandwich. You know, that's only $1. You know, but it was able to feed the family. So, you know, that's one meal that I knew I had to have.
Right. So from me to you, I like to say thank you. Definitely visit Texas Black Pages, look up Bobby B's, and you'll definitely see where he is. So if you definitely coming from the club and you want to go get something that is going to fill you up, that you can sleep well after you eat that hot meal, check out Bobby B's. You don't have to go anywhere else before you go home, but go to Bobby B's, go get some gas, and get home before you have to push the car. So go to Texas Black Pages, register your business. You can also download the app on iTunes as well as on Google. The app is ready. It's built for success. And I would like to appreciate B106 and Miss Toni Ringgold for allowing us to do this Black Business Spotlight.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Thank you so much, Bobby. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.